All right, so Shalom once again. This is Brother Gabar Allah from the GMS Toronto camp. And I just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakaha Kwadash, and the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that do teach well and that have taught me this truth. And also Kwam Yasha'Allah and Abba Ball. And Shalom to the hopeful act and Thawada to Yahweh Bahashem Yashai for allowing the elders and apostles of Great Millstone to give us this eternal truth. Thawada. Appreciate it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yashai Thawada. Kwam Yasha'Allah and Abba Ball. Okay. So the title of this video is going to be called "This is How You Pass the Torch." Okay, because in the previous weeks that have passed, you've been seeing these characters from the Sakari, primarily their leader, Alazar. He made a lot of inartful statements about on who the elders and apostles should pass the torch to. And he's saying that he's worthy of receiving that torch. Okay, but it just makes me question, does this man really understand what he's reading, what book he's reading? Does he really understand what he's really involved in and how sacred and powerful you becoming a successor is? Like, do you understand what that means? And I'm going to show you an example in 2 Kings. The relationship that Elijah and Elisha had, and how pretty much Elijah passed the torch to Elisha, and it was very powerful, and spiritual powers were involved. So this makes me question, is this guy really out for vainglory, or is he really about spiritual powers and serving the Lord? Like, what do you want? Do you want vainglory, or do you want spiritual powers? What do you want? And how it's looking, this man, he wants vainglory. And by the way, there are men that are over you, that are next in line through the rank and file. And by the way, those men are much more humble than you, and they're doing the work, and they have been doing the works longer than you. All right. So anyways, this is 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 1. And it says, "And it came to pass, when Yahweh would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal." Yeah, you know, that whirlwind is talking about a chariot. Okay, and he did go into the heaven. Okay, so verse 2, "And Elijah said unto Elisha, Tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord has sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, As Yahweh liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel. And the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel came forth to Elisha, and said unto him, Knowest thou that Yahweh will take away thy master from thy head today? And he said, Yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace. That's right. So he knew that he was going to go. The Lord was going to take him up. Okay. Verse 4, "And Elijah said unto him, Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for Yahweh has sent me to Jericho. And he said, As Yahweh liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they came to Jericho. And the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha, and said unto him, Knowest thou that Yahweh will take away thy master from thy head today? Oh, okay. And he answered, Yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace. And Elijah said unto him, Tarry, I pray thee, here, for the Lord Yahweh has sent me to Jordan. And he said, As the Lord Yahweh liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And they too went on. And 50 men of the sons of the prophets went, and stood to view afar off, and they too stood by Jordan. And Elijah took his mantle, and wrapped it together, and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went over on dry ground. So it's like he parted that river. Okay, he parted it, or he parted the waters, and he walked across it. And that's spiritual powers, and you've seen that happen with Moses. When you go into the book of Exodus, right? When they were coming out of Egypt, he did that as well. The Spirit of the Lord was heavy upon him, and he was allowed to show that miracle. Okay, so you're seeing a little bit of an example of that here as well, on him parting the waters, right? So that's spiritual powers, right? Now keep in mind that Elijah is getting ready to go, right? So he's getting ready to go, and you're going to see Elisha do the exact same thing, all right, on what he's doing. So that they too went over on dry ground. So they both went over on the dry ground. They both crossed. And it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. Okay, so he prayed for this. And you know what that comes with? That comes with humility. That comes with faith. And that comes with obedience and discipline. And you're not really asking for those things in humility. You know, you're asking it for it, but you're asking for it on the left hand. You're asking for it for vainglory. And it doesn't work like that. All right. And everybody knows you're not worthy to be well, at this moment, I don't know who you are in the spirit, but at this moment, you're not worthy for it. The way you're acting. All right. So anyways, it says, and Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. A double portion. Okay. So that's a heavy spirit, man. That's heavy. That's the spirit of the Lord, man. You know, so them angels gonna be with you. And also, do you know what that also comes with? It comes with negativity as well. Because once you're in the spirit too, you attract other entities. Okay? You attract other entities. You attract negativity too. So are you ready for all of that? Are you ready for that? Are you ready to have the torch passed on to you? Are you ready to battle all the demons and the problems? And also, are you ready to face austere angels? Have a heavy spirit on you? Are you able to take that? You know, that's very serious what you're asking for. Do you know what you're involved in? So it says verse 10, and he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, yeah, that's a hard thing, man. Nevertheless, so that it's hard. It's hard. You know, the handling that torch is very hard. It's not about an appearance. It's not about a fashion show. It's not about you wearing fringes all the time. It's not just about that. It's about really doing more things behind the scenes and begging the Lord to be with you at all times, man. And at all costs. Because it's life and death, man. It's life and death. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. And at the end of the day, who really passes the torch? It's really the Lord. Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, they do it. They pass the torch. And you have to be deemed worthy in their sight. Verse 11, and it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Yep, he got taken up by a ship. So that's his grand finale, getting out of there, right? And Elisha said it, and he cried, my father, Yahweh, Yahweh, the chariot of Yasha'Allah, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes and rent them in two pieces. And he took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and went back and stood by the bank of Jordan. And he took the mantle and Elijah that fell from him, and smote the waters, and said, where is Yahweh, thy power of Elijah? And when he also had smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither, and Elijah went over. So you see, that's how you pass the torch. The torch has been passed. And that's a very sacred and spiritual thing. It's a very sacred and spiritual thing, man. That's very serious. So do you even understand what it means to pass the torch? You know, it can't just be anybody. You gotta show yourself approved for that. And ultimately you gotta be chosen for that. This is not something that you just compete for. And you're treating it like a competition, like it's a joke, man. It's not a joke, man. This is very serious. What we're involved in is very sacred. It's not a game. And when the sons of the prophets which were to view at Jericho saw him, they said, The spirit of Elijah doth rest on Elijah. And they came to meet him, and bowed themselves to the ground before him. And they said unto him, Behold, now there be with thy servants 50 strong men. Let them go, we pray thee, and seek thy master, lest peradventure the spirit of Yahweh hath taken him up, and cast him upon some mountain, or into some valley. And he said, Ye shall not send. Because his spirit's gone. He's up there now. He ain't nowhere to be found. He's up there. Okay? So you don't need to send. And when they urged him till he was ashamed, he said, Send. They sent there for 50 men, and they sought 3 days, but found him not. And when they came again to him, for he tarried at Jericho, and said unto them, Did I not say unto you, Go not? And the men of the city said unto Elisha, Behold, I pray thee, the situation of this city is pleasant, as my Lord seeth, but the water is not, and the ground barren. All right, so there you go, man. I just wanted to bring that out about passing the torch. It's not a joke. It's not a game, and it involves pretty much a double portion of the spirit to be on you. So you're gonna have to dig deep even more in what your predecessor had, because that's what he asked for, a double portion. Do you understand what that means? That that's more hell you're gonna catch. That means more wisdom. That means more faith. You're gonna have to have. You're gonna have to have more patience. You're gonna have to learn how to suffer even more. So this is a very serious thing, man. You gotta know what you're involved in. And oh man, you really gotta. It's just really humbling, reading this account here. It's very humbling. But anyways, that's all that I have for the day. Just some food for thought, um, just to stir your minds up. So with that, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Akahah Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well and that do teach well, and the water to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai for giving them the eternal truth to teach to us. Kwam Yasha Allah, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.